On tap, Oberon Ale.
Better beer authority, better beer.
Hi, I'm Mark Smith, and this is your Better Beer Authority. Tonight we're drinking Oberon Ale from Bell's Brewery in Comstock, Michigan. Some beer drinkers see it as one of the first signs of spring. Oberon Ale is a wheat beer with 5.8% alcohol by volume. It is a summer seasonal beer with a shelf life of about 6 months. The 2011 release date was March 28th. Bell says that the malted wheat gives a smooth mouthfeel and to look for a spicy hop character and mildly fruity aromas. Oberon is unfiltered, unpasteurized, and contains no preservatives. It is available in bottles, on draft, and in a 5-liter mini-keg. So, Adam, tell me a little bit about the aroma you're picking up from this beer.
The aroma? It's a real light aroma. I think you get like a grassy wheat note to it. You maybe pick out a hint of orange, but compared to like a traditional Hefeweizen style wheat beer, you're not going to get that banana smell to it or anything like that. I mean,
so it's got a little bit more of like the citrusy.
Yeah, it's definitely a citrusy aroma, and but it's really light aroma to it.
Well, Joby, what kind of situations would you see yourself drinking this particular beer?
I've had this beer a lot in the past, Mark, and some summertime baseball games. When you're looking to get away from just that normal BMC stuff at the ball games, and they have this on draft, I go for that. Anytime in the summer, you're sitting out on the patio, this is a great beer to go to. I could drink this year round. I really enjoy this beer. So.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, since it's it's got a good shelf life for 6 months, traditionally a summer beer, would this be something that you would buy at the tail end of summer and save it through your fall and winter seasons? Is it something you'd still enjoy?
I don't know how long it's gonna stay around in my house. I don't
well, yeah.
save beer all that well, but I could definitely look to myself to buy this towards the end of October or whenever it goes off the shelves.
Yeah, we're drinkers, not savers.
Yeah,
well, we've had the challenge before with any of these unfiltered wheat beers. We had the challenge a couple of episodes ago where the unfiltered wheat beers, obviously with the age of it, I wouldn't recommend buying it in September or October because and save it for a couple of months. You're not going to get the same flavors out of it.
Yeah,
only buy it if you're going to drink it fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, James, I would love to hear your thoughts about like the overall aroma, the feel, the taste of the beer, filling, just your overall initial thoughts on it.
Well, first off, with the aroma, it's pretty light aroma, a little bit floral, a little bit citrus, and a little bit of that yeast that you're getting there. The wheat gives it kind of like a silky, creamy mouthfeel. It's not too carbonated, but the head kind of sticks around a while. And
This sounds like a wet dream of a beer.
And I'm thinking it's sticking around because the wheat and the proteins from the wheat give the head a little bit more structure. But the taste is a lot lighter on flavor than I remember. The brewery says to look for like a mild fruitiness, and I know why they didn't specify any specific fruit, because it does have a fruity flavor, but you can't really put your finger on what it is. It's not like, oh, that's a strawberry, or that's
it's just a nondescript fruitiness.
Nondescript fruitiness, a little bit citrus. And overall, it's definitely a good beer, well made, and good for like a summer day.
Chef, do you think this beer in particular as a wheat beer is really true to style, or do you think it differs in contrast to, let's say, Hefeweizen?
It's definitely different than a Hefeweizen. The aroma's lighter, and it's definitely, you're not getting the same citrus flavors that you would out of a traditional Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
But I think it still has the characteristics of a Hefeweizen. It's still sweet. It's still obviously cloudy in appearance. It still has a similar mouthfeel to it, where it does have that creaminess to it.
Your rating, Chef, please.
I'm going to give this a 6. I think it's a decent beer, and Oberon was the first beer that I had from Bell's, and it got me kind of in tune with what Bell's has to offer. But right as I sit right now, Bell's Oberon is my least favorite Bell's beer.
And what's your most favorite Bell's beer?
Two Hearted.
Okay, there you go. Well, Joby, earlier you had mentioned something about the fact that you're not a huge fan of fruiting a beer. And so talk a little bit about why you do and don't want to dress this beer or any other beer for that matter.
Well, I can see why people, say that you should dress this beer with a lemon or an orange, just because it's kind of got that fruity taste that James was alluding to earlier. You put an orange in that, orange or lemon in this beer, it's going to really enhance that fruitiness that, you're almost going to taste. You're going to be like, oh yeah, that really tastes like an orange, or that really tastes like a lemon. But, it's almost, I don't know, it's almost like putting lipstick on a pig or something,
Any beer that needs to have fruit in it, they should be adding that flavor into their beer instead of making us put fruit into their beer. I don't need beer with garnish.
Right now, though, I got to tell you, with the way I'm feeling about it, like, I'm looking for a little bit more flavor. I know it's heresy to say, but I could go for an orange in here right now.
So why not brew it that way? If everybody...
Well, no, because what about the people that don't want that extra citrusy in it?
When you serve this, when they serve this in any bar or anything like that, they're going to put an orange in it. They're going to
ask you if you want them to dress the beer if you want it naked. Traditionally, a good bar will ask you.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's typically served with an orange,
right?
And most people are going to have it with an orange. If they're looking for that more orange flavor, which I'm looking for that more orange flavor, add it into the beer.
Well, Joby, what would you rate this naked beer?
This naked beer, I really enjoy, Mark. I'm going to rate this an 8. This is probably one of the first craft beers that I've ever had. A couple, 4 or 5 years ago, the only thing I ever drank was Miller Lite. So this kind of really opened my eyes to other beers out there, and I think it's a great beer. Probably like it a little more than these guys just because it was one of the first, and I think it's really drinkable. And I think that anybody that's looking to get into the craft brew world, this is a great beer to start with.
James, this definitely is is labeled as a summer seasonal beer. As far as seasonal beer goes, how would you rate this among some of your other seasons or even some of your favorite summer seasonal beers?
For me these days, I get more excited about like winter seasonals, and I think they tend to be a little bit thicker and bolder and more complex. So I'm going to get more excited about that. When it comes to this beer, my memory of this beer is an 8. But the way I'm feeling today, it's kind of a 6. It's like, this is very drinkable beer, good gateway beer for people who are just getting used to craft beers. But it's not coming off as like overly complex. It's not doing a lot for me. It's not like overwhelming me with great flavors.
Right.
There's nothing offensive about it, but
it's just not very notable.
So going off our rating scale, both of you said, you probably won't seek it out later. You kind of already said there's other Two-Hearted, or I'm sorry, there's already other Bell's beer that you probably would go for first.
Correct.
James, you probably won't seek this out later. You're probably not going to ever go buy this again on a hot summer day.
I don't know. Maybe next summer I'll probably buy a 6-pack, I guess. And
next summer.
Like if I had people coming over and I was going to buy kind of
April. Next summer.
I plan my beer purchases.
He's already recklessly abandoned this summer.
Yeah.
I already bought my 6-pack for this summer.
All right. All right, so that would be a 6 from James. All right. So, Oberon gets a 6.7 on the DBA scale. What is your favorite summer beer? Please let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark Smith, and this is your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority, Better Beer Authority.